morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Today is Saturday, February 17th. We've got a great show for you today. Today we are maxing press. For those of you who were here yesterday, you knew that we maxed squat, and we not only achieved our sort of bare minimum expectation for this bulk cycle, but we hit our true goal. So we hit 425 and then we put up 440 and we hit it. So in a similar vein today, really there's only one goal I care about. That's going to be 225 on press. So very simple. All you got to do is get 225 from here to here. That's the most important thing we're doing today. Looking swole today. I appreciate that. Weighed in at 233 and change, so we're definitely hitting peak bulk numbers. I don't love the way I look, to be honest. I look a little chubby, I think. But you know, it is what it is. That's the yin and yang of bulking and cutting. Cutting, you look amazing, feel like shit. Bulking, you feel amazing and look like shit. All right. Let me go ahead and get a little music on, and then we're going to go ahead and start by warming up. Should be good. Get a little bit of music going. Let's see here. Oh, while the Bluetooth sorts itself out, I'll start with just use the bar. Right. Right now, the goal here, I'm going to hit 2 plates. It's not going to be easy, but you know, 205 went up for a set of 2, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think it's going to go rather well. Don't look like shit. Got to trust the bulk. I know, but I just right. Where's the abs? You know, the abs aren't there, and I miss them. I'll get them back. Cut cycle will come. Actually, that is probably something I'm going to do tomorrow on stream. I've been thinking about it. I'm going to show you guys in real time how I create a cut cycle diet plan. For those of you who are cutting, that'll probably be really useful. Hey, Omega, how are you doing? Slipped and fell hard on ice on Wednesday and heard an audible pop from the knee. No major damage, at least. So you might have just, been like a temporary, like a cartilage getting out of the way and back in. So hopefully, as long as you got full range of motion and it doesn't hurt, seems like you dodged a bullet there. But yeah, you got to watch out on ice. You got to walk like a penguin. You just don't have a lot of friction. All right. Tell you what, heart rate's still a little bit low. I haven't really done a lot yet. Let's go ahead and knock out some jump rope. Look, I'm hitting this. Move that out of the way. Come on. Not off to a good. Come on! And not off to a good start today. There we go. I keep hitting the back of the rack. Oh well. Let's get that heart rates up. Jordan, how you doing? Fist bump, boom, boom. I am 103. Can you bench press my weight? Yes, regardless of whether or not you're saying pounds or kilos. We're gonna try our max bench on Wednesday. That won't be live. I'm gonna do that at the site gym, mostly because of the 1 rep max on bench. I prefer having a spotter. It's just a safety thing. And even so, it's a mental thing. So I'll give y'all the report on that. My guess, so I'm gonna try for 360. We'll see whether or not that happens, but I feel pretty optimistic. Right now though, we need to get ready to max our shoulders. And it's real simple today. All we have to do is put 225 above our head without moving our lower body. Keep it strict, keep it clean. All that matters. That's it. We'll start warm up a little bit more though, 1 plate. Just like 5-6 reps. I never feel like I need quite as much warm up with my upper body as I do with my lower. For instance, like with squat, I mean, you guys saw I warmed up the bar. 125, 215, 305, 355, and then we did the heavy stuff. This, 125, I'm gonna be all right. Just check my form's good, right? What we want forearms to be perpendicular to the ground. We want our forearms not to be like this, not to be like this. We want them straight. Slightly further than that. Start from collarbone through the box. Just like that. I said I wasn't gonna warm up any further. I think I'm gonna try 175 just for 1 rep. Really make sure everything motion-wise is feeling right. I don't quite feel warm yet. I'd rather do this properly, so we're gonna hit that first. This is pounds I could do a set. Kilos I have to work back up to it. I could do a set at 103 kilos. That's about 225. I could do about 20 reps at that. At 103 pounds, I would get bored before I would get tired. So probably north of 50. Hey, Intelligence, good to see you. Jordan, about to go to Charlotte for a friend's kid's B-Day. All right, well, I hope you have fun. Stay safe. I'm always happy to see you in here. Yeah, if you're 103 pounds, I could probably bench press you with 1 hand. In fact, I have with 105-pound dumbbells before. So, yes, I can bench you. I could, let's see, with 103 pounds, I could bench you, squat you, deadlift you, power clean you, shoulder press you. I mean, that was 125 right there. So, I was doing that for a warm up. Shrug you, upright row you, bent over row you. Probably bicep curl you. Might not be the best of form, but I could probably rep it out for a couple. Toe raise. Good morning. Really, basically, almost any exercise that isn't like a hypertrophy workout. 103 pounds I can do. Any barbell exercise, more or less. Hey, Crazy Jay, good to see you. Welcome on in. So I'm gonna do one more set here. So I want y'all's opinion on this. So what's more useful in terms of angle? for the camera? Is it more useful to be closer in, but you can only see the top half of my body? Or do you like seeing the full, you know, standing up but being further away? Because I'm not really sure which is ideal for this situation. Just say I can pick you up onto my shoulders and walk 10 miles while carrying you. Same thing, honestly. 103 pounds, you're small. For the thumbnail, close up for the fitness enthusiast. So, Acro, also, let me give my boy a shout out. How are you doing, bro? This is Max Week, so that's the thing. Really what I'm looking for is, I wanna make sure my form is good. So, I don't give a shit what the thumbnail looks like. I don't give a shit what is interesting to watch even for the audience. I care about, yo, am I doing this correctly? Does this count? This is why yesterday for squats, max squats, we did side view. I care more about squat depth than whether or not you can see my face during the rep. But first off, let me give my man here a shout out because, y'all, so a lot of people say, you know, I'm really good at what I do in here. I know a lot about weightlifting. I know a lot about, you know, bodybuilding and eating right and all that jazz. What I do is child's play compared to how good Acro is at this stuff, y'all. Please, for the love of God, go give him a follow. He deserves every single follow he gets. I know he had partner and then some stupid shit happened. I have a lot of respect for Acro. Dude has helped me a lot, in particular with my lats, and just he gives out great advice. Especially if you're looking to like rehab injuries. Acro's been through that. He's got really, really good advice. Strongly, strongly recommend his channel. He's one of the best, and that's no small feat considering how many excellent fitness and health streamers there are on this platform. So definitely very happy to have you here, Acro, and please, if you've got the time, stick around so that way, because we're going for a 1 rep max on press, so having a form critique would be extremely useful here. This is the last warm-up set. This is just 175. I'm only going to do this for maybe 1-2 reps just to make sure everything's mechanically sound before I go for the real big kahuna. So yeah, please only eat small portions. That's why I'm so skinny. Good for you. A lot of people say, oh, you should eat something. You know, if you're happy being skinny, there is nothing wrong with that. Honestly, there's some data that suggests people who have lower muscle levels, but also very low body fat, the skinny folks tend to live longer, tend to have really good longevity. But we'll you know, it depends. All right. I'm here for a while. Been doing some walking on the treadmill. Thanks for the shout out. Of course, of course. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little motley crew going, and we'll hit this properly. So, trying to keep the elbows perpendicular to the ground, the forearms perpendicular to the ground. You don't want to explode. Don't want any movement below the hips. This is supposed to be pretty strict. This is a shoulder press. I want this to count. So, I want to go from collarbone to lockout and down. All right. It felt good. Did it look good? I mean, so, you know, I'm only saying, only increase your calorie levels if you're looking to build mass. If you're happy with your size, don't change shit. Hey, John, good to see you. Yo, Acro, you want to see let's see. If you want to see a fucking insane level of strength kind of dude, go check out John. One question. All right, what's that, Acro? Now this is a show I should mention. Let's see. Mitoe Macius, thank you very much for the follow. Chili, how am I doing? Pretty good. We're about to try a max press. With regards to that, with this press, are you squeezing your glutes hard on those? So my cue is to keep my hips locked. Like, I try to keep my hips locked, and yeah, my glutes are squeezed. Similar to how they would be on, say, the top of a deadlift, you know, where you've got your hips locked. If I wasn't doing that, that's good feedback. That's definitely a cue I need to have. Yeah, Acro, you gotta check out John. Dude, this dude can deadlift fucking damn near 600 pounds. He's fucking strong. But yeah, I need to be squeezing my glutes. Glutes tight is one advice. Yes, that's for sure. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit this. Last time we did overhead press, so last Saturday, I did it for sets of 2 at 205. I think I did a set of, was it 3 or 4? Yeah, 3 at 205. So if I can do 3 at 205, there's a good sporting chance we can knock out 1 at 225. And that's what I want. More than anything else is to bang out 1 rep. That's all I want. This is 225, this is 2 plates, and this is a PR if I hit it. Now, one other thing. This is a shoulder press or an overhead press. This is not, okay, a military press. It's very close to a military press, but by the technical rule, it's not a military press. The reason being that a military press requires your feet to be together, and I don't find that this gives me good lateral stability. I find a slightly wider stance, even just a couple of inches between the feet helps tremendously, and so that's what I do. Known John for 3 years or something. Which gummy brand is better, Choli or Haribo? Haribo, I guess, but I don't really eat many gummies. Just your server on Discord? Hell yeah! Welcome on in then, King Nick. Good to see you. Thank you. A double fist bump for you. Okay. So we got 125, 215, 225. 125, 215, 225. I just need to pick the right song. I think we'll do all right. Let's see. What do I want to go with for a song here? Debating between Metallica or Van Halen. Or we could go the rap route. Trust what's been working. We go the rap. Better self-texture. See, I prefer a harder gummy at first because as you chew it and as it gets warmer in your mouth, it tends to get softer. Your pecs look more swole once you bench press for some reason. Okay, so that's not, I can explain what that some reason is. That some reason, right, is the same reason every muscle you do looks bigger after you've worked it. It's the reason guys are always talking about getting that pump with their biceps, right? So what's a pump? Well, a pump is really just blood flowing to that muscle. And because blood is flowing to the muscle, right, so if you're benching, your pecs are going to look bigger, or you're doing chest flies, right, or you're doing incline or decline or whatever, there we go, those muscles are going to get more blood sent to them from the heart than they normally would. And because of that, they look a little bit more swollen. That's, getting swole, right? So, Eris, that would be why. Don't praise me, I'm not worth it. Bro, John, my guy, you are stronger than like anyone else I have ever met on Twitch. If I'm not praising you, I don't know who I should be praising. Your numbers are fucking whack, dude. Like I know you're natty, but your numbers really make me reevaluate what a true natty ceiling is. I'll put it that way. Like, just how far you can go without getting on gear. Like your numbers, I mean, you have damn near competition level numbers is what you're doing, and it's impressive as hell. It's frankly why I'm so thrilled you've rapidly become a very active part of the community. And the more you do it, frankly, you're going to get the guru role pretty soon because you're constantly in there giving good advice, and I really appreciate that. I didn't realize, Acro, you'd already known John. Well, that's good, because John is just putting in, I mean, Acro, right? You've seen this guy's numbers. They're bonkers. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to psych up, and we're going to try and hit this. We're trying to hit this with good form, you know? Really want to make sure everything looks proper and that we get full lockout. So, right, for me, full lockout, we're going to start here. All the way up. This is full lockout right here. All right, I'm gonna psych up. We're gonna do this, get myself pissed off. All right. Some people, by the way, some people have said, I think they're fake plates in the basement. Then I see him doing a commercial gym, some fake natty confirmed. God damn, that's savage. No, I believe John because I see what kind of workouts he does. But like, I mean this in the best possible way. If I didn't know better, I would be thinking with numbers like that, you gotta be on something. But no, I know you're not. That's the wild part. Like, your numbers are that good. Because I've had people come in here and ask me that sometimes. I'm like, bro, my numbers are very clearly still within the natty range. Your numbers are just awe-inspiring. All right. Jock straps are my favorite underwear. Do you ever wear jock straps? Sometimes, yeah. Hey, Saul, it's good to see you. Okay. I really gotta focus here, guys. Let's go! Woo! Oh man. Okay, so I could feel my fucking quads locking up there from the squats yesterday. We got it, let's go!
That felt really clean. Was that... Yo, did that look... Oh my god, my quads. Holy shit. Dude, what's funny is right now it's my quads that are immediately screaming out in pain. So I was like locking out my knees, my glutes, everything being tight. Holy shit. Omega, yeah. The shoulder. Okay, now I'm starting to feel my shoulders, but like immediately having cramps in my quads. But did the form look clean? Yeah, that was 225. I mean, it felt clean. I didn't feel like I was moving anything below my hips. I mean, did I lock out? It felt like I locked out. Look fine to me. Perfect. If it gets the acro seal of approval, I'm feeling very confident in that, and I'm not going to do it a second time. Look clean for that. Don't worry, Solace, don't worry about it. Remember, this is 18 plus now, so we can ask those questions. Are you going to go for a PR for your bench? Yeah, so that's going to be Tuesday's deadlift, Wednesday's bench. Now, one thing I am kind of tempted to do is attempt a full body press. So, right, what's a full body press? Deadlift, clean, and push press. Should I do that? What do y'all think? Should I attempt that? I would like to try it. I feel like it's a bad idea. But I've only done, one rep. So I feel like I've got the energy to at least attempt it. Life is short, let's give it a shot. Is this the smartest thing I'm probably ever gonna do? No, but I feel like I'm feeling on my king shit right now. Let's give it a shot. If I get full body press, 250, I'm gonna feel pretty fucking great. I should have no issue cleaning it. I should have obviously no issue deadlifting it. I think that the challenging part is going to be to get that over my head, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. How epic is it going to be if I knock this out, though? 250 pounds over my head. YOLO. Well, there goes conservatism. Well, see now, right? I'm being conservative and shit only up to a point. That point was hitting my goal, which was we've done it. That's over now. Like now what? Right? The rest of my workout, it was gonna be fine. I was gonna hit some back off sets, probably 2x6 on shoulder press, and then probably back off set around like 12 reps or something like that, and then from there go and hit probably behind the neck press. Not really a point in push pressing, but if I got the energy, why not at least attempt it, right? All right, but if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna relieve myself real quick, excuse me. Looks like the bulk is going good. I'm 233 on the scale. That might be why I'm hitting a lot of PRs right now. I know. I think I'm like 19% body fat right now. I'll be honest, it's been fucking glorious, and the cut is gonna suck major ass, but hitting numbers like this has just been ridiculously fun. Shit. That feeling when I'm so hyped up I'm not even drinking water properly and spilling it on myself. Fuck. That's obnoxious. Alright,
let's go ahead and, this is such a bad idea. I love it, let's do it. I feel like this is not gonna end well for me, but I gotta try it. I gotta know. Are we sure we want to do this? I was gonna say, oh man, that's gonna be a lot to power clean. Fuck. Is this smart? No. Should I do this? Probably not. My God, yes. Have you been hitting lats heavy? I have. Now, so this is actually, I was talking about this a little while ago. What we're gonna do is finish the bulk. This is max week, so it's the last bulk week. If only if you played baseball. A long time ago, I used to pitch actually, but no. Right. What I've been thinking about. So this is the way it's gonna work. This week is bulk, and it's max week, and we're gonna do the best we can on this. I'm gonna try and power clean it. I don't know if I'm gonna full body press this. We'll see, but we'll max this week. So today's shoulders, tomorrow will be deadlift, or Tuesday will be deadlifts, Wednesday will be bench, and then we'll do a week at maintenance because I always like throwing at least 1, sometimes even 2 to 3 weeks of maintenance in between a bulk and a cut. And then we're going to start the cut. So what I will do on tomorrow's stream, since it'll be a rest day, we're probably going to discuss what my maintenance is going to look like and what my cut is going to look like. The difference in my cut this time versus last is that I think I have, especially if I hit my deadlift and bench goals, which by the way I mentioned earlier, but I'll say them again, 500 on deadlift and 360 on bench. If I can do that, that's a BSD of 1300, and I'm content with that. I don't feel the need to increase that number any further. If I hit that, I will, I'm going to start my cut, but the difference is this time I'm going to make my cut a lot less aggressive, maybe only, instead of 1,000 calorie deficit, maybe 500 to 750 calorie deficit for the first little while. Yo, Limitless, good to see you. Let me give you a shout out. We hit new PR, hit 225 on press. It was a good, strict overhead press, 225. We're actually going to attempt a full body press at 250, which is probably a really dumb idea, but we're going to do it anyway. Let me give you a shout out as well. God, we got all the freaking ballers in here today. John, Acro, Limitless. If I could type, that would be helpful. Limit Lens Fitness. I wanted to see it. Well, I mean, you're gonna see me do something probably even stupider in just a moment here. So the trouble is with this is I'm gonna have to. Probably won't see the deadlift section of this full body press, but that's okay. That's much less interesting than the rest of the lift. Can't back you all up further because the car's in the way, and I can't move the car out because the gear, I'll show you guys this in a little while, the gear on the mechanism for my garage opener is, it sheared off. Like it sheared off from the shaft. Like the sprocket actually ripped off. It's like just completely busted the metal. So I actually got the part in last night. So after the stream's over this afternoon, I'm probably going to be in the garage in here fixing it. That's gonna be my goal. All right. So we'll see how this goes. I have no earthly idea. This could go extremely well. This could backfire horrendously. I'm feeling optimistic. If I could strict overhead press 225. This is 250. So, I'm not strict overhead pressing it though. I'm deadlifting to clean and then push pressing it up. So we'll see. All right. For this, I'm gonna go with Eruption by Van Halen. Always, this song was originally just like Eddie Van Halen, just kind of chilling out and noodling on his guitar.
to like warm up and practice. And they're like, holy shit, that's amazing. Can we make this a song? And all they did was, the only difference between Eddie's warm up and the actual song on the original Van Halen album, Eruption, is they had Alex Van Halen come in and do that little opening drum. It's like 5-6 beats of the drum, and that's it. And then the rest is just Eddie doing Eddie shit. All right. Gotta explode. No! Fuck! Ah! I lost my balance. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nope. I bailed on that halfway through. We're not attempting that. That's not a good idea. The strength's there, but I have not been doing cleans for a hot minute, and it shows. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I bailed on that. I had it. I just needed to commit more to it. No, we're not doing that today. That's not smart. It's kind of foolish of me to even think about that. I got scared. That's mental. I think I got the strength for that, but I'm not going to risk it today. What I will do, though, is take 215 and toss it up. At least on a power clean, so that way I can put it back up on the rack. That'll be easy. Alright, bruised my confidence a bit there, but that's fine. We weren't even really originally supposed to do that today, so... I'm not going to do that. That's not smart. I'm rusty as hell on power clean, and it shows. Like, I could just feel the form didn't feel good. Nah, that's not smart. We'll throw 215 on there, just so that way I can get pissed off at it and get it back up on the rack, and then we'll carry on with shoulder press for the rest of the day. That's what today's supposed to be anyway. Yeah, I'm fine. Wrists are my limiting factor. I'm fine. That form looks sus. Yeah, no. That's the thing, right? I haven't. So this has been 70s powerlifter. This whole workout's been just really working the big four. So press, deadlift, squat, and bench. So I haven't been doing power cleans in months. So the idea that I should just come in here and put up 250 was probably a really dumb idea in the first place. That said, I am going to throw 215 up just so that way I can get a little bit of confidence on it. Also, because I'm pissed off now. All right. This will come up easy. Easy. That's not, doing 250 at that was just a stupid idea. That was easy. That's fine. Let's move on. Let's get back to shoulder press. That's really what we're supposed to be doing in here anyway. This is a press day. I need to quit screwing around. That's okay. It's max week. Really, we've already. The rest of this workout is gravy. We hit our 1 rep max goal for the bulk. You know, the rest is just, you know, get a good workout in, feel the burn. So if I would do 6 rep, what did I do for 5s when I did this a few weeks back? I gotta look. I was doing 3s at 190. I was doing 5s at 180. So I should be able to do 6s at 175. Let's do 175 then. I'm cool with that. Hey, again, it's about learning. That really probably wasn't the smartest thing I ever decided to do, but I didn't hurt myself, although I feel a little bit of aches in my shoulders. I have a feeling that was for 1 rep maxing. So, you know, it's fine. It's cool. We're good. Yeah, so Winter Raven, yeah. As far as form's concerned there, again, it was stupid of me to think, oh, yeah, I could just power clean 250, you know, having not done that in, what? having never actually power cleaned 250 before, but not having done power cleans in several months. That was my own stupidity. Really, probably arrogance. Should always be a day where you safely screw around with that exercise, just having that fun day to unwind. I mean, that's what max week is for me, right? You know, I gotta be all focused and hard and, you know, real, you know, motivated and shit for the actual 1 rep max. But then the rest of the workout's just kind of there, right? Like, I can do whatever I want at this point. The rest of the workout, that's why I attempted that even. Foolish though it was, the rest of this workout's gravy. I can do whatever the fuck I want. That being said, now that we don't have to care quite as much about, you know, perfect form and technique and blah, 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 I'm going to pull it in a little bit so that way, you know, you guys can see the workout a little bit better. Just did plenty of stupid shit and somehow it's still alive. Either spite or fat God doesn't want me and the devil isn't finished. Beautiful. Beast. Move this down just a touch. That looks about right. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's get on with the rest of the show. Yeah, that was not the smartest thing I've ever done. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get a little Nazareth going. You don't have to tell me twice that you tried to tell me what you just did. It was stupid. It was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I'm just glad I didn't hurt myself too much. It's fine. All right. This is 175. Should have no issue rocking this for a 6er. One other thing I don't need for 175 is the lifting belt. I'm not a huge fan of using a lifting belt for shoulders. Now, I will do it with a clean, but I'm not going to do it with shoulder press. That's not necessary. You should have enough, your core strength should be adequate enough to support doing an overhead press. All right. One more. Easy. Felt good. That felt good. Nice and easy 6er. We'll do a second set of that and then we'll back down. Go to 12. Oh. My God, I fell over it. Jesus Christ, 750 on the bar backwards. When I catch it, so I thought left my body and I got up and was like, hey, am I alive? See, people, this is what I'm talking about when I say, like, y'all, there's levels to this. You know, I think I'm hot shit until someone like John comes along and and humbles my ass. It's good. I love that shit. Sent that to you in messages. I'll have to look at that on Discord. I'll check on that a little bit later. That's freaking wild, dude. Holy shit. Alright, so I think what I'll do is, speaking of the back off set, I'll do, this is one, let's see. So this is 175. We'll do one more set of 6 on this. Question is, if we're gonna do a back off set of 12 as the next set, I think maybe 145 should do the trick for 12. Let's see, what did I do with, what was my original 10 rep? Squat, shoulder press. I was 10 repping with 140. That'd be a good challenge. I'd like to see if I can 12 rep 145. That'd be a really good sign to see, okay, have I actually built muscle? 75 pounds, you felt how bulky and awkward it was? Hey FM, good to see you. Yeah. I've somehow avoid certain doom and advance to the other side. Man, it tests your nerves for sure. Yeah, plop that sucker in the fitness channel if you're feeling bold. Questions to Discord for now. Say typing you have to get that pumped on. I appreciate that, man. And again, you know, this is the other thing I always tell my audience, right? I am so grateful for any of y'all coming in for any amount of time. But if you got your own life to live, you got your own workout to do, you got your own shit to handle, go do that. I will live, right? I always love it when people are in here, but I never expect, nor do I demand your time. Only come in here when you want to hang out, right? Like, I never, right, why am I doing this? Why do I stream? I stream because I like helping people. More than anything else. That's why I do this. It's fun to show off, right? There are other reasons. It's fun to show off, you know, what I can do in the gym. You know, filming myself, sometimes a really good form check, but like, the biggest reason I do this is to help others. Right? Like, streaming does not make my workouts better in the sense that because I'm talking so much, it's harder for me to regain oxygen and do sets as quickly, but it's worth it to me because I like to talk to you guys. All right. Let's get our last set. Come on. Yes, sir. All right, I felt good. Set me free, set me free, please, please, please. All right. Yeah, we're gonna hit shoulder press. The next step should be 12 reps. Should go pretty smoothly, I think. And for this, the goal is gonna be pump them out. So, boom, 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 boom. You know, really keep the tempo up for the first few reps. Yeah, questions we're dropping the Discord for now. All right, yeah. I think a little Aerosmith will do the trick here. Little Toys in the Attic.
Gotta get the file. There we go. Toys in the attic. This is actually, I think, the version I have on my phone isn't the actual one from the album. I think it's actually a live version from like 1977. So it's still that golden age of Aerosmith where they were all doing massive amounts of drugs and writing their best music. Look, now drugs are bad, children. Don't do drugs. But Aerosmith was never as good a band clean as they were when they were on them. Like, I'm sorry, like, just, there's nothing wrong, right, with Pump, you know, and all their 90s records and their 80s records, they were fine. But 70s Aerosmith is so damn good. Like, well, I mean, it was Steve and Tyler. Between Tyler and Perry, right, the Toxic Twins of Aerosmith. When I say drugs, I mean drugs because they did fucking everything. You know, it was the 70s, so obviously cocaine, but like heroin and probably acid and all sorts of other things that you really shouldn't be doing. But everything from in particular, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, and Draw the Line are three of the finest rock and roll records ever released, especially Rocks. That's probably, it's not even probably, it's by far and away my favorite Aerosmith record. Rocks is fantastic. Honestly, I dare you to find a better album released that year, 1976. I don't think you can do it. There are some ones that come close, but I don't think anything quite comes close to how good Rocks was. Right, that is peak Aerosmith. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go for 12 here. All right. Strong like bull. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I'm doing, by the way, there, you can see my head nodding up and down. I'm visualizing doing it. One thing I've learned that helps me when I'm trying something beyond what I've normally done before is to rehearse doing it in my head, visualize myself doing it correctly and succeeding, and then doing the actual exercise. Try it. If it helps you, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. All right, here we go. Come on, 8. Come on. Yes, sir. Nice. I'll take it. That's 12. Hey, Standard Monk, good to see you. 70s Aerosmith, they did everything. Fournette, good to see you. Ain't seen you in a hot minute. Let me give you a shout out too. Give Fournette another follow too. We got all sorts of, looks like, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, all the fitness and health streamers are showing up in my stream this morning, and I love it. Yeah, I knew that was clean. That felt easy. I could have probably banged out. That was maybe RP 8. If I took my time, took a lot of breaths down here, I could have probably gotten another couple. Hey, Chili, good to see you. Helping me to work out again. Dude, I love to hear that. Nothing makes me more happy as a streamer than, you know, messages like that saying, I'm inspiring you, I'm motivating you to make the best decisions you can to improve yourself. That makes me so happy. Thank you. That's what makes it worth it. We're
We're gonna do behind the neck as well. We're gonna stick to 145. We'll see how many of these we can do. Here we go. Oh, there's only 5. Okay. Getting a little bit too motivated there. I need to give myself more time to rest. Yeah, I'm fat right now. Chubby. Right, like you can't even see the abs no more. Got a spare tire. It'll come off. Wait till April, May. Y'all gonna see. I'm gonna look fucking shredded and I have more muscle than I ever did before. I know I have more muscle because I'm putting up more weight. But yeah, I got more than 5 reps for the next 2 sets on this. I'm gonna stick to 145. I just need to give myself more weight or more time to relax. That's we're pushing it a bit too fast. When you cut the muscle, you turn it. Yeah, that's the plan, right? I mean, regardless of what happens next, all I gotta do is just go for absolute maximum strength Tuesday and Wednesday, hit deadlift and then bench. Right, we've already hit what we needed to hit for this weekend. The rest of this workout's gravy. I'm gonna do probably floor press after behind the necks. I could do pin press, but there's no reason at this point. I'd rather work on hypertrophy. I'm gonna do floor press pretty heavy. And then after that, probably do some lateral raises. And then maybe some skull crushers, or I like those kettlebell extensions. I'll probably do the kettlebell French press. Grayscale, thanks for the first time chat, and it looks like you're lurking. You can hit ! lurk in the future for that. But thank you for, I always love it when a long-time lurker actually speaks up and says something, so thank you. If you haven't hit that follow button, please do. I'm built like Mike Trout, I wish. Mike Trout's a multi-millionaire athlete. Never, I mean, I'm very flattered, but I ain't nowhere near as skilled as that man. Hey, another follow. Thank you very much. Pimp3232. By the way, y'all, we are closing in. I think we're around 1,940 followers. When we hit 2,000 followers, I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything stream on my Discord, where you guys can ask me literally any question you want. Anything. It's on the table. Okay? Yes, even that. Whatever you're thinking of, even that. But that's going to be on my Discord, okay? It's not going to be on Twitch for obvious reasons. So if you guys want to be part of that, did we do the pack counts? I don't think I did, actually, so. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll be doing an AMA. So that's something I really want to do as a thank you present for everybody. But you got to be on the Discord for that one. So if you want to be part of that, AMA and you want to, ask me any question, even if it's maybe a bit too naughty or a bit too out there for Twitch, you will have that chance at the Discord. But what I can't do is do that on Twitch. But that's why I'm a huge fan. If you want to join the Discord, all you gotta do is type !Discord. It'll pop the link up on the chat. All you gotta do is accept the rules and pick your roles in the role select channel and come join the fun. Little Liz around 235. Resemble a white Prince Fielder. Dude, Prince Fielder was a lot more than 235. Prince Fielder was a fucking unit. His dad Cecil was a fucking unit too. Go back and look at Homer's Cecil Fielder in the, I think it was the 80s he played in. Dude had hit a fucking 500-foot homer before the steroid era. Like the blue, it suits you. A lot of people saying they like my shorts this time. All right. Let's hit a, I got a text from my mom. Ah, that's cool. Apparently it's real clear where she's at. She can see both Mount Stevens and Mount Baker today, as well as Rainier. She lives up in Washington, so. Speaking of Washington, you know what? Let's play a little Alice in Chains next song. We're gonna See a Sorrow. It's a great song off of Facelift. You look good in blue? Appreciate that. Good to know. Most of my stuff is maroon because of, well, where I went to school, but now I can't be as prideful about that. All right, let's do this. I can feel my shoulders are starting to get real sore. That's good. All right, here we go. That's 8. That's good. Oh. Let's stick to 145. That felt pretty good. At this point, my shoulders are starting to get pretty gassed, so we'll do one more of those. I think what we'll do is, let's see, we'll do floor press for 3 sets. We'll do lat raises for 4 sets. We'll do French press for 3 sets of the kettlebell. And we'll do 3 sets of Arnold press, and that'll be good. That way, bro, nice work. Thank you. We saw redeem. I swear to God, you guys are assholes sometimes. You know that? I love you guys. When you, I mean, look, that's the way the song redeem goes. You can pick a song to motivate me, or you can pick something to troll the fuck out of me. That's the fun of it. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good about that as a streamer. I'll let y'all take your pot shots. Oh, Detroit, it's fun seeing him launch balls out all the time. Dude, Cecil Fielder was fucking nuts. All right. We'll do one more set on this. Definitely. So, what do you prefer behind the head overhead press? So, before you came in here, I was doing conventional overhead press. But I've already done my sets for that. So, what I like to do, and this is one of the things that the 70s powerlifter workout has taught me that I think is really wise, is you do your prime mover workout, right? Bench, squat, deadlift, press. But then you do a variation on it. Incline, wide stance squats, front squats, sumo deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, good mornings, behind the neck press, wide grip press, which I don't really like as much. You know, pause bench, close grip bench, wide grip bench. So this is a variation. The idea here, right, is, I was actually gonna just mention this. When you're hitting a conventional overhead press, you're working primarily your front deltoid. When you work a behind the neck press, it's a bit more balanced. You're hitting your front deltoid, you're also hitting your rear delt as well a little bit. You're hitting, right, the deltoid has multiple heads on it, and you wanna hit all of those, because what can happen is if you're only doing front overhead press, you may find that your front deltoid gets disproportionately developed. It gets bigger, and the other ones don't as much. So I'm a huge fan of behind the neck press. Another one I love is the Arnold press, which I will be doing later. The Arnold press, you start with a supinated grip with the dumbbells here, and you rotate as you come up and you come down. Why would you do that? It's the same reason. You're working multiple heads of the deltoid. That's the idea. So I hope that's useful. I feel like that's a pretty good tip. Severus, if you're in here, clip that and post that to YouTube. I felt like that's actually pretty good advice. All right. Oh, there we go. I'm going to try for at least another set of 8. I'd love 10 here, but I don't think I got the gas. I also don't want to tear something. Not yet. Damn it. Drinking water is difficult today. Hey, Limitless, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, there's reasons you want to do variations on exercises. It works different parts of the muscle. There we go. Come on! I got one more. Get up there! Oh! Okay, my shoulders are tweaked now. Ouch. Woo! That was 10. Oh man, shoulders are fried now. All right, now we're gonna do floor press. So what's the point of floor press? The point of floor press is to nail your triceps, which is important because for me, my lock point on bench, my sticking point is about right here. I have trouble locking out. But on bench, I can get probably 375, 380 off my chest to about here or here. The trouble's locking out. Put it on correctly, but you know. Actually, I need to take the tabs off, so I'll do this next. All right, so maybe I've trained by too much other exercise to do. Maybe calisthenics and lifting weight is only an addition for me. See, we're very different in that regard. I love calisthenics and body weight exercises, but my style of lifting is old fashioned, right? What I've been running these last 12, 13 weeks has been a program literally called 70s Powerlifter. Why else would I run that except for that I like the old fashioned workouts? So, why would you run a workout program that is, 50, or even, you go with, the Arnold era, 40 years old? Why would you do that? Well, in the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s, lifters did not have the same amount of scientific information or the same level of, dietary supplements, certainly You could use steroids back then, but they've only gotten better in the last 40, 50 years. But even if you're natty, how did those guys in the 70s get big? Well, it's really simple. They just worked harder than most lifters do today. Guys like Bill Kazmaier, yeah, were they on rocket fuel back then? Yeah, they were. But were they putting incredible amounts of work into their workouts? Yes. We're talking just insane amounts of volume. And I'm nowhere near what they were doing. But guys like Bill Kazmaier, Roger Estep, you can learn a lot from that perspective. That's what I try to do in here. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do we're going to go 225. I'm a 10 rep at 225 for floor press. And then from there, I'm going to go up weight to like a 5 rep at 275. If that feels good, I may try a 3 rep at like 300 or something like that. We'll see. Not quite sure exactly what numbers I'm going to use yet, but we're going to go kind of up, escalate. We lifted like 6 hours a day. Exactly. Arnold drank alcohol. Right, so now obviously, don't do that. I have given up alcohol for 2024, so it's a completely moot point anyway. But yeah, alcohol prevents your liver from processing protein. It's too busy processing the alcohol, so you're directly negating a lot of your gains. But yeah, guys like Arnold, guys like Ronnie Coleman, guys like Roger Estep, guys like Bill Kazmaier were lifting, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. Now, why did they not get too fatigued and overtrained? Well, because they were taking steroids. But the principle, you can take that principle and apply it to a more natty version, right? So instead of maybe lifting, 30 minutes a day, bump it up to 60, throw in some more volume and work harder. Yeah, are you gonna fucking hate it at first? Because you're not gonna be used to the volume. But like, this program is supposed to be saying this is gonna be extremely heavy volume. You're gonna really be struggling to finish each workout. And I'm like, volume seems about normal. Relative to super squats, it's easy as hell. Super squats is fucking death, but it's extremely effective. Anyway, the point here is that, right, it's the principle you're trying to learn from, not necessarily doing everything the exact same way that Bill Kazmaier did. All right, let's hit floor press here. So for those of you who don't understand why I would do floor press, I was talking about my stick point earlier on bench. What is a floor press going to do? It means you are naturally restricted to the top half of the bench press movement because your elbows hit the floor. When your elbows hit the floor, it disengages the weight, and then you have to re-engage it almost solely with your triceps. The reason you would do this is to improve your tricep strength and to improve your lockout strength on a bench, which is what we're going to do right now. Oh, come on. The other thing you can do with a floor press is you can bend your legs to simulate leg drive, or you can keep them locked out the way you would with a Larson press and really hammer home the triceps, which is what I'm doing. Ronnie flew a bit too close to the sun. So did Arnold. Okay, so people don't realize this. Because Arnold, he still looks incredible for a guy who's 75. But Arnold had his heart nearly explode on him. And the doctor straight up said, what you can't do is you can't do those sort of breath control techniques that powerlifters do in the gym. It's putting too much pressure on your heart. And part of the reason that happened was because of the steroids he took. So, and this is the thing, right? I don't condemn anyone at all who takes steroids. That's not what I'm about. Because it's your decision, and this is a free country. If you want to take steroids, you will make better progress as long as you're busting ass in the gym. But I will strongly condemn anybody who takes steroids and lies about it. That's my problem, right? It's the lying about it, because when you do that, you warp people's expectations of what is possible if they assume you're natty. Now, right, there are some guys who are so obviously lying about it that it's almost on the person believing them. For instance, if you were one of these people who thought the Liver King was natty, I don't know what to tell you. That guy was off his fucking gourd on steroids. Like, that one is extremely obvious. But if you are, you know, maybe sort of on that borderline, but you've been taking steroids, just be honest about it. Doesn't make your lift any less impressive. Look, 500 pounds is 500 pounds. I don't care what you're using. But if you're using steroids, and, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you went from a max of 300 to a max of 500 in a handful of months, that's not good. Can't be doing that. Hey, Intelligence, thank you very much for the raid. Let me give you a shout out here. I didn't realize you were even streaming. You were in here earlier. Must have been a short stream. Intelligence. There we go. How are you doing today? Appreciate the raid ski there. I'll give you a follow too. Do. Always appreciate the raids, even if it's just one person. It's a very gratifying thing to do. Okay, so this is 265. We'll do a set of this. And then I want to get 5 with this. If 5 comes up clean and easy, we'll probably go 285 or 290. All right. All right, we're just going for 5. Get up. Yes. All right, that felt pretty good. I think we're gonna try 285. Just light cardio. That's good. Let's do 285. And then we'll move back to lighter weight sort of bodybuilding stuff for the rest of the workout. This is sort of our last real important set to do. Stand by, I gotta pee again. All right. So that went up pretty easy. Probably could have gotten a 6th throughout there, if I'm honest, but that's all right. We need to preserve our tries a little bit, just because next workout, well, not next workout, but 2 workouts from now is going to be max bench. So I don't want to go too crazy. So we'll do this, then we'll do some lat raises, probably fronts and then sides, and then we'll do probably some French press and then Arnold press. We'll call it a day. So yeah, this is called floor press. So the reason one would do this is to really work the triceps and kind of disengage the chest a little bit, right? You know, you're using your chest a little bit, but this is mostly a triceps workout, and that's the point. All right. Let's do this. Throw an old kiss for this one. Oh God, yeah, I can feel. Okay, so this is the good news, right? Doing this, I can feel right in here, a lot of triceps activating, long head, but I can also feel top of the muscles here for triceps. I can also feel a little bit of delts. But yeah, this is called floor press. Let's do this. Yeah, so now what you're doing, this is actually a restricted range of motion. The people who can do floor press for more than they can do for bench press, I respect it, but not for me. All right, here we go. Again, the other thing I highly recommend when you're Barbie girl, fucking Barbie girl, you son of a bitch. I love you sometimes, Big Game Mikey, but I swear to God, the next time I rage you, I'm going to do the trolliest shit. I'm gonna get you for this one of these days. You are evil. All right. So again, keeping the legs straight, disengaging everything but the arms is the goal here. This is just to work triceps. So kind of almost, it's like a floor press with the Larson. What's my PR on bench? PR of all time is 355. When I tried it most recently, it was 335. My goal, which I will test on Wednesday, is going to be 360. There we go. This is just 285. This is not as much. Oh, just popped my neck. That felt good. There we go. One, two. That's three. We're gonna call that good for, lightheaded. For floor press today. Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna start taking this off. I think that's the last set we need to do with the barbells. I think the rest of the workout's kettlebells and dumbbells, so that's cool. All right, we're gonna hit some raises now. We're gonna start with 40s on front raises, then we'll probably superset it with 30s on side raises. I don't quite have the same level of strength on sides that I do on fronts, and I think that's the case for most people. And I can do the math on that real quick. 355 pounds is my current PR on bench. 161 kilograms. Here we go. The conspiracy theorist is back. What's up, Dale? I'm gonna start calling you Dale from now on. Come on. Ah. There we go. Come on. Yeah, now wait. My delts are just cooked. Rack this. There we go. Hope you're getting that aqua queued up. God damn it. Yeah, I am. Fuck you, Mikey. Aqua Barbie girl. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Hate you sometimes. You know that. Son of a bitch. There you go. We're fucking playing Barbie girl because this is what you redeemed, you sicko. Fucking Barbie girl. How am I supposed to lift seriously to this? God damn. I'm a Barbie girl. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. How am I supposed to? Come on, Mikey, this is unfair. In a Barbie world, wrapped in plastic. It's fantastic. I hate you so much. All right, get serious. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my I fucking hate you, Mikey. You son of a bitch. Come on. You can touch Fuck you, Mikey. Goddamn Barbie girl song. All right. We were life in plastic. It's I hate you so much. So the problem is a song like this is gonna be stuck in my head after it's over. You are evil. Why would you do this? Jesus, I got 30 more seconds of this. I hate you, Mikey. Make it stop. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, thank God it's over. Fuck you, Mikey. Fuck you. That was one of the most difficult lat raise sets I have ever had to do. Just like not trying to crack up during that was really hard. So what I'm gonna do now is play some Van Halen to try and get that the fuck out of my head. Oh, that was terrible. Neom says, considering taking an offer I got recently, I feel like I've been working out. So we just went from 325 kilos to 60 kilos. Dude, that is incredible. That is a weight loss that puts decades back on your lifespan. Congratulations. Dude, if you think you can do it, fucking model, bro. Hell yeah. I won't be a model ever, I don't think. But once I finish my cut, I will be in prime beach himbo mode, and I'm excited for that. Okay, so we got 3 sets of kettlebell, French press, and 3 sets of Arnold press. And what does that put us to total today? Let's see. 1, 3, 6, 9, 13, 20. Good enough. You know, it's not. This is a max work. Max week I'm supposed to do a little bit lower volume. God, it's still stuck in my head. All right. Thankfully, I've got the thing to get it out. Yeah, baby. Little Van Halen. Oh, I feel it in my elbows. How much are my barbells? My bar alone is 20 kilograms. Annoyingly, when I bought the bar, I thought it was 45 kilos, or sorry, 45 pounds, which is about 20 kilos. But turns out it wasn't. It's 35 pounds. But god damn, how many points do you have, Mikey? All right, that's still a good song at least. We'll stick to that for the French press. I'm feeling pretty burnt. It's warmer in here today. It's in the 60s. Doesn't make amends. I'm gonna get you for that. But what I was doing a little while ago there, that was 285. All right, I'll play it, but right now I got Van Halen going, so we're gonna finish that. Hey, Raccoon, good to see you. Hey, I saw you came on the Discord today. I want to praise Raccoon here. The guy came onto the Discord and he asked me, yo, I'm at this weight and I want to get to that weight, and this is what I'm currently doing for diet. What do you think I should do to fix or change my diet plan? And I gave him advice, and I hope those of you who read through the diet channel yesterday understood what we were talking about, because I feel like that was really helpful advice that could help a lot of people. And I'm very thankful, Raccoon, that you were willing to do that in public, right, on the channel instead of in my DMs, because that way other people can learn from what I'm teaching you. That's really important. As much as I love helping people out, individually, and if you really need the privacy, I get it. I'd much rather help you out in private than not help you at all. But if you're willing to help, if you're willing to receive help in the Discord server, it means I'm not repeating myself like a broken record in DMs all the time, which is really nice. I feel like I was born in the wrong generation, so I like a bunch of 20th century artists. I generally do too. All right. Second set. Hey, Annie. Say what? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, one more of those. Yeah. Life is a source. All right, so we're gonna do one more of this, then we got 3 sets of Arnold press, and then we're done for the day. Weezer, ACD, Cold Season, or the Beatles, Adele, Burns, Sweeplings, and Shinedown. There's some bands in there I like, some I don't. We'll hit, what was it, For Those About to Rock? All right, bet. For Those About to Rock. This is, by the way, if you guys are curious, the goal score song of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The reason for this is because they have a giant cannon that they fire in tune with the song after a goal. I'm not a Blue Jackets fan, but I think that's really cool. I like it. That's one of the more badass things. AC/DC is a band where I'm like good but not great. I'm not the world's biggest Weezer fan. I like Buddy Holly because it's a meme song. Like Buddy Holly has become the new "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley, but like I'm not a huge Weezer fan. Same with Coldplay. Nirvana, okay. Probably I like them more than Pearl Jam, but not my favorite grunge band. I think Alice in Chains is better. Love the Beatles. Revolver is my favorite Beatles album. George is my favorite Beatle. Dislike Bon Jovi. Don't like Bon Jovi. Not the hugest Breaking Benjamin fan. Adele's okay. Don't recognize Borns. Don't recognize Sweeplings. And I like Shinedown. For me, I'm mostly like progressive rock. So Peter Gabriel era Genesis, Yes, Jethro Tull. Bands like that. Rush. Now, I don't listen to those as much when I'm in the gym because it's a different kind of music that I need to really hit it. In the gym, I'm talking about, Van Halen, Megadeth, Metallica, Motorhead,
Judas Priest, you know, music like that, Guns N' Roses. Even though, like, Guns N' Roses, I love Yes way more than I'll ever love Guns N' Roses, but Guns N' Roses is a better soundtrack for the gym. All right, so we're gonna play. There we go. Well, for those about to rock. Soundtrack for the film Cars. That's pretty neat. Like, I don't hate Weezer. A lot of people like have this weird hate boner for Weezer. I just think, you know, they're there. They would not be anywhere in like the top 50 of bands I'd listen to, but you know, they're fine. I already know my top 10. I wonder how I would flesh out my top 50. All right. Third set. Come on. Okay. Let's see, if I were to, I know my top 10 in order. Does earbuds have spatial audio? No, they're just basic ass skull candies. Let's see, Raccoon City, 3 sets of bicep curls, 3 sets of tricep pull downs, barbell shoulder press, lateral raises, barbell squats. That's 40 reps of calf lifts, back pull down. That is a lot. That is not quite a full body workout because you're missing chest. What is your workout regimen looking like there, Raccoon? How often are you doing a full body workout like that? Just say invested in a pair of AirPod Pros. You did not invest them, you spent money on them. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's not an investment. An investment is something you expect to sell later for returns or get dividends from. Day before I did chest. Okay, cool. That's a lot. That is a lot of work on a lot of different muscles to be hitting in one day. But I respect it. That's good. If it works for you, keep at it. Amazing how far I assume with noise canceling exclusive to headphones and earbuds. I'll have them. I mean, it's baller as hell. I'm old fashioned. When I go to the site gym, I still have an old pair of wired skull candies from like 2010. They get the job done. Stuff that improves your quality of life. Invest in yourself, invest in a gym membership can be considered an investment. I consider it an expense. A gym membership to me, or gym equipment if you have a home gym, is not an investment per se, but it's also not, to me, I call that a non-discretionary expense. To me, it's an essential. The gym, to me, is every bit as much an essential as the internet or electricity or food is. It's on that level. Now, you have to determine what it is for you, but this is just how I classify it. You can have a different opinion, and it's okay. Overmarket where my biceps, triceps, and strength is stagnating on how much I can lift. Give yourself maybe an extra rest day then. Or what you can do is instead of the upper-lower split or the current split you have, you can try a different split, like a push-pull leg. That's when I'm cutting, push-pull leg is my go-to. Trying to get in that self-discipline is equal to self-love. Absolutely, yes. It's about to rock. We salute you, but those about to rock. We salute you.
Nice. Nice. That felt good. Let's stick to 3x10 at 50s. Because of the watermelons, food and water consumption. I mean, fair enough. To me, water is very much necessary for my life. We're going to down here. Alice. Is that Australia? Alice Springs? This might go cardio today. Well, for me, right, a rest day doesn't mean I sit on the couch and eat, potato chips all day. Usually it involves some sort of active recovery. Things like going for a hike, maybe a bicycle ride, something like that. Oh, Resident Evil reference. See, I don't do much gaming. Old school RuneScape is usually what I play. Did you know vaping can lower progress in the gym? Of course it can. Anything where you're inhaling chemicals into your lungs is going to reduce your oxygen capacity, and a lower oxygen capacity means you recover slower, which means you're going to be hindering your progress in the gym. All right, let's move on. That was a good song. I think I'm going to go for a little Rush. Speaking of one of my top 10 favorite bands of all time, we're going to play Vital Signs by Rush. I really like Rush. They always seem to be one of these love them or hate them bands. I love them. Not only are they a top 10 band for me, they're probably a top 5 band for me. Very little of their music do I dislike. 2112 might be one of my favorite. That might be the only album from 1976 that I would claim is on the level of Rocks. It's the best album from that year is either 2112 or Rocks. It's one of those two. This is off of Moving Pictures, actually. It's not Tom Sawyer. It's Vital Signs. One of the songs I love playing in here is Limelight, though, because, I mean, come on, right? All the world's a stage, and we are merely players. But now I'm feeling Vital Signs right now. By the way, the fact that I'm repping this for 10s tells me, yeah, I've built some strength on my delts over the last few months, which is good. Atmospheric disturbance, feverish loss of human interface and interchange. Sorry. Mixed feelings about the function and the form. Everybody got to deviate from the norm. One more set and then we're done. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Vaping and juuling, right. Your lungs are meant to inhale oxygen and nitrogen. Your lungs are not meant to inhale whatever chemicals they put in vape juice or whatever chemicals are put in cigarettes. Like, inhaling smoke of any kind is inherently carcinogenic. This is why, like, if you like to consume cannabis, try a brownie. Or a gummy or something. What do you like of Drowning Pool? Not my favorite, but, it's fine. I just know the song Bodies, so. So what I like to do is take bands, listen to their whole discography in chronological order. My next up album, my current artist is Blue Oyster Cult, and my next up album is Club Ninja. So I got a couple more Blue Oyster Cult albums, and I think I'm gonna probably do Black Sabbath next. I love Black Sabbath, at least the Ozzy era. I'd love to listen to the whole thing. Because I've done Deep Purple, I've done Led Zeppelin, so I need to, and I've even done Uriah Heep, so I really need to complete the Unholy Trio. Everybody got to elevate from the north. Alright. Good portion of the song's over. We need to hit something else. Let's go. Ooh, a perfect song. Speaking of Rush, let's hit Free Will. Off of, I think that's Permanent Waves. No, it's Permanent Waves. So I don't eat meat anymore. I think meat consumption is now a carcinogen. I don't think that's near as good a correlation, right? Now, there is truth to a lot of the super processed meats being linked to cancer. But there's a very big difference, right, between a hot dog and a chicken breast, or a hot dog and a pork chop, or a hot dog and, I'm not trying to pick on hot dogs, but in general, sausages are made from lower quality cuts of meat that get blended together and then put in a casing. Is Lent some sacrificing honor? Hey, I respect that. For Lent, instead of trying to give up something, because I've already given up alcohol for the full year, and giving up meat at this final week in a bulk is just a really bad idea. I'm actually reading a few Christian books that my mom sent me, and that's going to be sort of my Lenten goal, as opposed to a Lenten sacrifice. I think it still counts. Yeah. No, meat, I don't think all meat consumption is cancerous. You know, right? And if you're looking at like the Prop 65 warnings, you know, pretty much everything is known to cause cancer to the state of California. You know, that's just California going overboard as usual. But yeah, I'm not giving up meat just because it's not smart for me to do that, right? Given what I'm attempting to do in the gym, doing this without meat it's impractical around here. You got to remember, right? I live in the rural deep south. I don't have the vegan and vegetarian options that someone living in a bigger city does. That doesn't exist here. Red meat is pretty dangerous. I disagree. I absolutely hardcore disagree with that. It's what type of red meat, right? There's a very big difference, again, between 73% cheap as they come ground beef and a nice bison steak or, you know, a pork steak or a tri-tip. Right? Beef can be very good for you. It's also the quantity that you're eating. If you're eating smaller, first off, if you care about climate change, you should try and eat beef in somewhat more moderation. You don't have to give it up, but maybe just eat less of it. I'm a huge fan of pork because South Carolina is a major pork producing state. As a result, pork is very affordable here. And I'm talking decent cuts too. I'm talking chops, I'm talking steaks, you know, all sorts of loins, stuff like that. Right? This is very good for you. You know, oh, thank you very much for the hydrate. South Carolina would have food deserts. I thought the state was the best place to live in for vegans. It's absolutely not a good place to live if you're a vegan. Now, right, the Deep South in general does not have as many food deserts. My town actually was a food desert until a couple weeks ago. We just got a new grocery store in town. It's a Dollar General market, but oh, all right. One thing at a time. Hydrate, done. Back bounce. I can't pec bounce to Rush. I cannot bounce my pecs the way Neil Peart could hit those drums. I'm not that skilled. But we'll hit a few pec bounces there. There you go. Haven't started doing deadlifts yet, but I'll probably start doing them next week. Excellent, you should. Take it very easy. Do it at lighter weight than you think you should do, and nail the form down early. Keep your abs tight, keep your head up, so that way you're not rounding your back. You have to keep your back straight. If you don't, a deadlift can turn into something that will hurt you. All right, let's do this last set. And then we'll do a Q&A, and then that'll be it for today. Okay, 1, 2. It is walkable. Now, it's a Dollar General market, right? So does it have every
Does it have everything I'd want in a store? No. But is it better than what was previously there? Yes. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Three more. 8, 9, 10.
I will choose a path that's clear. I will choose free will.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna hit the bathroom, and then we'll do Q&A. Okay. That's a great song. I love Free Will by Rush, but we're done music for now. Let's go ahead and pull this back. Throw that down there. Actually, what do I do? Throw you guys up here. There we go. Pull this forward. Grab our notebook, and we'll do a Q&A. So that's the end of the workout. So, you're looking at getting a Bachfiets. A Bachfiets would be a fantastic thing if you live in a city. It's terrific because, right, let's say you want to go to the grocery store. Well, with a bike, you could put a pannier rack on the back, but some douchebag in the city could try and steal it from you. With the Bachfiets, the cargo bike is right in front of you there. So, if you're really based, you can be a gun owner, and if someone tries to do something stupid, you can pop their ass. Worst case, you park the bike and beat the shit out of them. It's the city, you have to deal with crime. At least that's what I've been told. I haven't lived in a big city in many years. I don't even have a good number. I look toned. You think I look toned? Dude, this is at peak bulk. I'm gonna be a whole lot more shredded than this pretty soon, in a few months. I have to keep close to the barbell, close to the point that it's touching my shins at start. Yes, so when you deadlift, right, you want the bar to be at midfoot, right about the arch of your foot. Why do you want to do this? Well, it's because it keeps it closest to the center of gravity. If it's too far away from your feet, you're much more prone to round your back, and that's where injuries happen. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. So I'll have protein, we had here, 380, 64, 7, 17. But yeah, Bachfiets, so I'm looking at moving to either Hawaii or Washington, which is going to be a much more urban environment than I've lived in many years, and I'm strongly considering going car-free and using a Bachfiets or an electric bike myself. The trouble is just, right, for me, no criminal is going to come after me because I'm big enough to where they're going to find an easier target. Just my cousin lives in Illinois. I live in my town, but across New Jersey. I feel like most mayors here are looking for blighted areas of town to revitalize and integrate pedestrian organizers. Usually building more mixed-use spots like here in New Jersey. We're infamous for our strip malls. Parts of New Jersey are doing really well on this, though. Go look at Jersey City or Hoboken. It's actually now I believe it's even more dense than New York. Jersey City is trying to pedestrianize as fast as possible. And honestly, I think they've done a very good job. If I were looking to move to the New York metropolitan area, I would probably become a resident of New Jersey. Gigantic seas of surface parking that not even full on Black Friday anymore. Well, they build mixed-use housing on top of the working. I promise you there are cities that do it much worse than New Jersey, anywhere in New Jersey.
I know because I've lived in one of them, that city being Houston. But yeah, as far as I need to live in New York, it's too crowded. I agree. Although, if I end up choosing Hawaii, it'll be on Oahu, and Oahu is pretty dense. Like, Honolulu is a fairly big city. So we'll see. Let's go to the countryside. Oh, dude, upstate New York is beautiful. Buffalo's a good town, too. The trouble with upstate New York is that it is very cold in the winter. And as a southerner, cold weather makes me scream like a little girl. Cold weather and I don't really get along. I can handle it, but I don't want to. I don't want to handle it. I don't want to deal with cold weather. I lived in Texas before I moved here to South Carolina, and okay, the last truly cold place I would say I lived in was Nebraska, and that was 2011. No, we moved out early 2012, excuse me. So that was 12 years ago. So whatever cold resistance I had since then has largely gone away. Lived in Maryland for a year, and then, what would that have been, 13 to 21, 8 years in Texas, 7.5 years in Texas. And then I've lived in South Carolina ever since. Oprah bought off lands in Hawaii. Yeah, but Oprah bought land on a different island. The island of Oahu would be the one I'd be moving to. Oahu is the most urbanized one. It's where most of the jobs are, and it's where most of the population is. Right, for those of you who don't know, I'm a nuclear engineer, so you can kind of put two and two together. The only job out there for anything nuclear is with the Navy, so it would be that kind of job. Which I'm actually very happy about because I strongly support the U.S. military. I was born in a U.S. military family. The culture is one that I appreciate. It's of getting stuff done. It's of self-sacrifice, and it's of that warrior mindset. It's of keeping yourself, holding yourself to a high standard and protecting the country. Have you ever gotten into a fight with another guy? Come close, but no. In general, while I would like to, actually I'd probably love to get into judo, not even because judo is all that useful a fighting style, but because I love the judokan culture. But really, right, for me, I'm a big enough dude to where most people aren't going to try and swing at me. They're going to find an easier target. I'm fairly intimidating in that way, right? I'm 6'3" and 230 pounds. Do you really want to screw with me? I'd rather move to Iowa or Los Angeles. Super easy to be. Iowa? Where are you getting your information from, dude? Iowa's beef and corn. Los Angeles, yes, you can be vegan in Los Angeles. That's very easy because you've got all those fresh produce, fruits and veggies from, the Salinas Valley, the San Joaquin Valley, the Central Valley, the Imperial Valley. California produces just incredible amounts of produce. This is weird. We decided walkable communities are great for college students, military personnel. The rest of society gets fucked. Some military bases are walkable. Some ain't. Will not want to mess with you. I just want to be your little buddy. Well, I'm cool with that. So that's the thing. Really, my method towards combat, I don't want to get into a fight with anybody because all it's going to do is damage myself and damage the other person. It's like war, right? I'm a huge fan of the Theodore Roosevelt approach. Speak softly and carry a big stick, right? The big stick is the muscles I have on my body. Even though I'm not trained in fighting, right? If I'm throwing a punch, there's going to be some force behind it. It's going to do some damage. Protecting the country, that's not a warrior. Warrior is a real fighter, ready to die. Thank you for the first time chat, by the way, Kratos. Fight in every situation, protecting yourself. No, fighting in every situation is not what a warrior does. Fighting in every situation is a barbarian does. There's a very big difference. A warrior knows when to fight and knows when to make amends, knows when to call for peace, knows when to defuse a situation diplomatically. Again, speaking softly and carrying a big stick. Even the age is an excuse if you're a warrior. Yes, you need to be ready to fight, but a warrior doesn't automatically think that fighting is the end-all, be-all. It's the only solution. Now, that's what a berserker would do, right? You don't need to... I agree, you should be ready to fight. But protecting the country, yeah, that's right. Okay, what would I be doing out there? I'd be a nuclear engineer. for the US Navy. You can figure out, right, what nuclear components does the Navy have? Here you go. Yeah, that is very much in service of projecting power, protecting the United States and its interests, which I strongly support because, look, realistically, there are three major international actors you can choose from to be the global hegemon right now. It's the United States, it's Russia, or it's China. As many problems as the United States has, we are the best option there by a country mile, right? The Russians have more or less proven themselves to be entirely unreliable and untrustworthy. Hell, they're buying weapons from North Korea, which kind of really, if you're making weapons deals with the North Koreans, that says a lot about what your values are as a state. And while the Chinese have done very well at developing their own economy, I would say the way they go about things is a bit more authoritarian than I would ever consider. I have a lot of respect for how the Chinese have pulled their society out of poverty, but I think the American way is better. I am a proud American, so of course I would. The European Union is not united enough to really pose a credible alternative as an international hegemon, and India is not wealthy enough yet to quite get that far. I think give India another 10 to 15 years and they could become truly the next global superpower. I think India has a better shot of it than the EU. Now, if the EU continues to integrate, the EU could be it. And I would love to see that because I think the EU is, in general, very good for positive development of human rights and, high wages and a democratic society. So I like the EU. I just think the EU has work to do. The opium trade. Cover Junkie is he's our Dale Gribble in the chat. He just likes to spew random nonsense. Yeah, don't feed the troll. I'm pretty sure he's a troll at this point. He's our I like to call him our Dale Gribble. Only with your body, it and your mind, without partners, OS weapons. So right, again, I don't have access to any sort of martial arts studio around here. I don't really have any equipment with which to learn any martial arts. I'm strongly considering, right, where I move next, I will have those options. So I will probably pick up some form of self-defense training. I don't know what. Judo is the one that is interesting to me. Again, not really because it's the most effective form of fighting, but because I really like the culture behind it. I lived in Japan for several years because my father was stationed there in the U.S. Air Force. And the culture around judo, I think, is very interesting. I think it's very fascinating, and I like the mindset. Yes, there are two opium wars. The British were the ones who did those. Stop being obtuse. The opium wars was the British Empire. Stop blaming everything on the United States. It's stupid. Maybe a Southeast Asian style, smash the roaches with anything. Well, I mean, speaking of roaches, we got Carolina bugs here. South Carolina or palmetto bugs, which are basically a form of roach. You get used to them. I mean, they don't gross me out anymore. Like, you can try spraying for every nook and cranny, and every so often you're just gonna get them. It is what it is. Try to keep your house in order. Try to keep it clean. So that'll minimize the number you see, but you're gonna see them occasionally. It's South Carolina. It's just how it is here. It's hot and humid, and it doesn't get cold enough to kill them off. I don't like China's authoritarianism. It's beneficial to build the cities nowhere in a single year. Okay, so they build new cities in the middle of nowhere in a single year, but as a result, they've overbuilt their housing market, and that's why you have the Evergrande crisis occurring in China right now. So pros and cons to that approach. Amazing transit. I can't fault Chinese rail. However, a lot of rail connections in the PRC are extremely non-viable from a business perspective. You can argue that it's worth doing and that, not all public transit needs to turn a profit, but I think there is a common sense limit there. I think China, frankly, has overbuilt their rail system. I think it's very good, but I think they've probably spent a bit too much on it. I think they've gone a bit too far. Whereas we in the United States have underbuilt ours, substantially underbuilt it. Not whatever, you don't understand a warrior is. Okay, man, you're coming onto this channel. You're coming onto this channel and kind of slinging shit. I mean, I'm happy to have you here, but like, to me, right, what is a warrior in my mind? A warrior is to me, it's a soldier, really. It's the older version of a soldier. It is someone who is willing to lay down their life for a greater cause, for their country, right? It is someone who is, yes, always ready to fight, but that does not necessarily see fighting as the only acceptable option. Someone that sees fighting as the only acceptable option to solve a dispute is not a warrior. That is a barbarian or a berserker to me. Or frankly, in some cases, an animal. We are more intelligent than animals, and as a result, we should be able to resolve most disputes with peace. There will be times where you have to commit to war, and in those moments, you need to be brave and not back down. And I agree, that's where the warrior mindset really comes in. But there is a difference between doing that and seeing fighting as the only, realistic option to a dispute. That's not smart. You have to use your brain. Ready to die in every second of his life. Now, I do believe being at peace with dying, for a cause is a very important part of being a warrior. But I think there is a difference here. I think a soldier is not a warrior. I strongly disagree. My father died in service of his country, and I would call him a warrior. And he had the right mindset, too. He was very successful and he did a lot for this country. Animals are a warrior, too. It's nature's wisdom. I'm going to quote Thomas Hobbes for you here, that in the state of nature, a man's life is nasty, brutish, and short. Fighting is not the only option. That's taking one's brain out of the equation. You understand? The majority don't understand. It seems to me like you have the definition of a warrior being an animal, and I disagree with that. I think you and I just have different definitions of the term. And there are multiple definitions to the word warrior, so we can both have our own opinions, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong or I'm wrong, but it does mean I disagree with you. I respectfully disagree with you, but I do disagree with you. Kids never understand what a warrior is. Dude, I know I've got a baby face, but I'm 28. I'm not really a kid. No, man. Oh, you think you're... Okay. Look, man, if you're one of these people who doesn't like hearing other opinions, having people do... You can be a warrior and be peaceful, too. Mate, I feel like you're contradicting yourself at this point. Anyway, let's ask the Q&A while we were here. Do we have any questions or answers about what we're talking about regarding, we got weightlifting advice, any questions about weightlifting, diet, financial advice, questions about the future of the stream, what's happening tomorrow or the rest. This is sort of, we're done the workout, so we can just kind of do Q&A, and if we've got nothing, we'll look to raid. Kratos, I'm very interested in having this philosophical discussion with you, don't misunderstand. For what it's worth, I just recently, the most recent book I completed was the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and I think what the Stoic philosophers touched on has a lot of overlap with what I would consider to be the warrior mindset, right? A Stoic is someone who's not afraid of adversity, someone who accepts, the way nature is going to be for what it is, and someone who can go nobly into that dark night and sacrifice themselves should the circumstances require it. And I think there's a lot of overlap between that. I think you can understand if you study it. Okay, Kratos, let me ask you this then. Do you consider General George S. Patton a warrior? I do. Use your intelligence when berserkers and barbarians fight for glory and savagery. They take no pride in taking life. Warriors only do it out of necessity and take no pride in blood. A soldier is a combination of both. Marcus Aurelius. I agree. I think Stoicism is a very good philosophy. I think it's not the only good one. I really like to blend it with utilitarianism. Stoicism, to me, is at a higher level than utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is very useful for practical day-to-day situations, but Stoicism is very useful for a broader shaping your overall life philosophy. But Marcus Aurelius's Meditations I found to be really a very good read. And there is, I think, a lot of, the last couple of weeks I was actually reading quotes from the Meditations. I can actually reread it. I'll read the most recent quote that I have from him on this. It's from book 11. What a soul that is ready, if at any moment it must be separated from the body, and ready to either be extinguished or dispersed, or continue to exist, but so that this readiness comes from a man's own judgment, not from mere abstinency, but considerately and with dignity and in a way to persuade another without tragic show. I think that is stoicism in a nutshell right there. But I also think that is a very much a warrior mindset, to be willing to accept death as it is, with dignity. One thing I don't like about China is their ally Japan, as their transit is exceptional. Oddly, China's still very autocentric, so much pollution, they build walkable cities. The trouble with China is that they've built too much coal-fired power plants. China, now to their credit, is also building a lot of nuclear power, but because of the vast industrial might of the Chinese economy, they need cheap electricity and they need fast electricity. And the best way to do that in bulk at the moment is still coal. Hopefully, it seems like the Chinese are really busting ass building shit tons of solar as well. It's just the energy requirements to run the Chinese economy because of the manufacturing base is so high that they need every kind of electricity. I think the Chinese need to take their coal-fired pollution very seriously because they are damaging the life expectancy of their own citizens, because all that pollution creates higher lung cancer rates, higher emphysema rates, higher asthma rates, and on and on and on. So if I were Xi Jinping, I would be looking at pretty much curtailing all new coal-fired production and doubling, if not tripling, my nuclear production capabilities. Because the Chinese economy, the Chinese have access to nuclear fuel, uranium. They're willing to trade with the Russians, which the Russians are massive producers of uranium. The Chinese have an excellent reactor design in the Hualong-1, which is basically an AP1000 that they bought for pennies on the dollar. The AP1000 is a brilliant American design. And the Chinese have the industrial capability and the authoritarian government to build like that. Whereas in the United States, it's a much more drawn out process with a lot more stakeholders. So if I were Chinese, if I were Xi Jinping right now, I would be going absolutely bonkers bananas on nuclear power. But that's just my opinion. Christian Berkeley was a very scientist of the energy 100 years ago. And he died. Rudolf Diesel originally made his engine to run on peanut oil. Interesting little fact there. He's not a warrior, Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. Let me read. The chat's going so fast, I'm not keeping up. But he's not a warrior. Epictetus. Yes, his mentality is closer to a warrior. Okay. Philosopher, but always without fear of death. Anyway. Splitting atoms create energy. One can get more energy out of 1 kilogram of matter than 100,000 kilograms of coal. I think it's 10,000 kilograms, but the point remains. Yes, an entire train car worth of coal could be replaced by a chunk of uranium that could fit in the palm of your hand. That is true. Anywho, do we have any other questions? So Q&A. Otherwise, I'm going to look to raid. So we're gonna look to raid here. Do we have any other questions? So it can be about diet, exercise, fitness. In the meantime, I'll give you a minute or two to ask. Tomorrow I will be live at 9 a.m. It's going to be a rest day. We'll probably play some games. What I will do is work out on a piece of paper what our cut cycle, or my cut cycle, is going to look like and what my maintenance cycle is going to be after this week is complete, because this is max week. So we are at peak bulk right now. This is the last week of the bulk cycle. What kind of games? Probably old school RuneScape, just because it's really low stress, low key, and I can just kind of enjoy it. What I probably will do is redeem a bond and start playing as a member again. Agree to this. Let's see. Well, okay, so now Winter Raven. I'm not the world's biggest Elon Musk fan either, but Twitter was terrible before Elon bought it too. Stay off of Twitter. All Twitter does is give you brain rot. Same thing with TikTok. Don't get TikTok brain. Don't do it. TikTok is Chinese social or Chinese Communist Party social engineering. Don't engage in TikTok. Don't engage in Twitter. Stay off of those forms of social media where everything is shortened to, get the dopamine rush going. Right? Twitter, you have a character limit. It inhibits rational discussion because you cannot express thoughts longer than a given number of characters. You have to be pithy, you have to have so much brevity, and yes, brevity is the soul of wit, but you have so much brevity that you're not able to convey complex discussions, and it's not ideal. Raccoon City Survivor. How many times a week should I train chest? No more than 2. I think 2 is just fine at most. We have to constantly build up. Fuck living in a metal box in the sky. Feeling they're missing middle housing. Neum, that's a zoning regulation problem. That's going to be a local government thing, really. And also a NIMBYism thing. You're going to have single family home owners exclusively going to meetings. They're often older people who have the time to do so, and they're often very resistant to change. That's what NIMBYism is. It's probably the biggest reason, for instance, that the Bay Area has such a problem with housing right now. It's because, like, take San Jose, the city of San Jose, the vast majority of the land in San Jose is single-family exclusive housing, for instance. Yeah, TikTok is awful. Don't get TikTok brain. Stay off of TikTok. It's bad for you. Okay, we're gonna look to raid someone here. So we're gonna see who we got. We got John the Asian. We got Holder Heck, Jacob Lyle, W. Ramirez, Seltzy, Krulix, Bam Bam, Rainbow. God, I got a lot of choices today. Who do we go with? I haven't raided Jacob in a little while. Let's go raid Jacob. Canada can do that. Fake progressives in San Francisco. Honestly, yeah, it's NIMBYism in San Francisco. San Francisco is a city that has disappeared up its own ass. However, I will say, I have heard a lot of really good news sort of bubbling up recently about what the city of Oakland is going to do with the old Oco Coliseum land, right? So that's a giant stadium where the Raiders and the Oakland Athletics used to play that both teams have moved out now, which is, I know, hard. If you're an East Bay sports fan, it's a kick to the gut, but this represents a great opportunity for the city of Oakland to build extremely dense housing there on what used to be the parking lot and the stadium grounds, because it's right next to a BART station and an Amtrak station, and a Caltrain station, no less, I believe. So you've got loads of public transit options already there. If you build extremely dense housing there, you can help create massive amounts of affordability there. And you can't just think dense in an American sense. Consider the way that, the Japanese, or even, I'm not saying Kowloon Walled City, but, maybe look to Kowloon Walled City for a couple of ideas. And consider building something extremely dense there on those Oco Coliseum grounds. If you were to do that, the city of Oakland would drastically improve its housing stock, and in doing so, improve housing affordability, and also in doing so, probably get a giant influx of new tax base money. So it's easy. Yeah, I think we'll hit Jacob. All right. Use global instead. See your inner path, the warrior's path, improving yourself every possible way. See your last day and be ready always. I mean, I would say that's what I try to do here. I mean, you guys have seen my ending tagline all the time. It's make good decisions. Those good decisions for you. I'm going to say it at the end, but I feel like that's very much what you're talking about there, Kratos. We all have mistakes. We all have setbacks. We all slip up, but I'm doing the best I can. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to raid Mr. Jacob Lyle. We're going to rate, yes. I am a huge fan of soundproofing in high-density housing. Jacob_Lyle. So if y'all want more, come join the Discord. We're going to raid Mr. Jacob Lyle. Raid message is Bull Rush, all right? It's been good, y'all. So as always, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos. Can be the guide star through the rough waters of life. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Much love. Condemn for the hug. All right. All right, YouTube. It's been fun. See you tomorrow or next week.